Assalamu alaikum. Hi guys. Today I'm going to share two tips with you that I found have been really useful for myself. First of all, intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is when you voluntarily take a break from eating for a certain period of time, perhaps as part of a routine. For me, that means I try and not eat every day for about at least 11 hours, sometimes a bit more. The benefits for me have been that I used to be pre-diabetic, and since I've been doing that for maybe a couple of years, I'm not pre-diabetic anymore. The possible benefits of this might be that when you take a break from eating, then your digestive system isn't constantly running and it gets a rest. You're not constantly adding sugar to your blood, making your blood sugar at a high level. For those 11 hours or more, your blood sugar will come down, and your pancreas will also get a break, so it's not constantly producing insulin. And what that means is then your body is not used to insulin always being there. So when you then do eat after 11 hours or more, it responds to the insulin better as well. And that way, maybe that delays you from getting diabetes. So this one thing alone maybe might, taking every day a break from eating for at least 11 hours or more, it might delay you from getting diabetes for maybe 10, 15 years. It might even prevent you from getting it. But what about getting tired or feeling hungry? Well, for myself, I'm not starving myself. I am eating at least 2 or 3 meals every day. So here's a few experiments you could try. First of all, when you haven't eaten for about 3 or 4 hours, walk up the stairs and stop and see how you feel at the end of that. Then on another occasion, after you've had a big meal, walk up the stairs and see how you feel. You probably find your legs feel heavy, you feel more strain in your leg muscles, you'll find you're breathing more deeply, and you're tired. Try this one out and see how you feel. Another thing you could try is when you haven't eaten for a few hours, at least 3 or 4, ask yourself, how hungry do I feel? Then after that, go and have just 2 bites of food. What that might do is it might then wake up your digestive system. So after you've eaten 2 bites of food, then you suddenly feel a lot hungrier and you want to eat food because your digestive system has just woken up and it makes you want to eat more. Try that experiment as well. And also, again, with having had a big meal, that uses a lot of energy to digest. So your body is using then energy to digest that big meal. And then if you walk up the stairs, it needs to use even more energy. And that's what makes you feel tired. Once you get used to intermittent fasting, you might find you don't get tired. After eating, your body is using energy from the food you've digested. Once that finishes, your body's going to switch over and use energy from its energy stores. That could be energy in your muscles or in your liver. It could be from your fat stores in your body. After not having eaten for maybe 8 hours or more, your body might be using ketones from your stored energy in your body. And what some people find is when this happens after 8 hours, 9 hours of not eating, suddenly they feel more awake and more alert. See that if it happens to you. If you don't eat for about 8, 9 hours, have a look and see if you feel more awake and more alert. And this might be because ketones as an energy source are something the brain uses really well, which makes you feel like that. During the time that I'm not eating, I'll still drink water if I'm thirsty. I'll still have a cup of tea, or you could have a cup of coffee without any sugar, or maybe a little bit of milk and no sugar. That's still okay. The other thing I do is I try and vary the period of time that I'm fasting for. So I don't make it like 11 hours every day. Some days maybe 11, another day 12, maybe 14. What might happen is if you've got exactly the same routine, your body gets very used to it and it becomes very, very efficient. And that means it kind of slows down a bit. But if you're keeping a little bit of variation, maybe that, will stop you from like gaining extra weight because you're getting that variety and your body's not really becoming efficient and slow. if you do decide to do this, make sure you're having at least 2 meals a day. And I think that's especially true if you're women, because there's a difference in male and female physiology, and it could be a problem if, as a woman, you're only having 1 meal a day. So try and have 2 or more meals a day. The other thing I'm going to talk about briefly is try to go for a walk for maybe 20 minutes, maybe 3 times a week. The nice thing about walking is you can kind of fit it into your daily routine. So you could walk to work and back, you could walk in your break. Maybe if you're going for a short local trip, walk instead of drive, like, to get some groceries. And the good thing is it's free. And also it's free in terms of it doesn't take up any extra time if you're able to fit it in like that. For me, walking like it really helps your heart and your lungs, so your cardiovascular system. And again, it might delay diabetes and delay weight gain and weight related problems for many years, as well as making you healthy overall. Okay guys, so those were 2 tips that I found that have been really useful for me. If you guys ever decide to try them, if you're going to make any big changes, do make sure you get some advice from your doctor. And this is especially true if you're over 50, if you're diabetic, if you're overweight, or have any heart related condition, or are pregnant. Okay, thank you so much for letting me share these 2 tips that I find really useful for myself with you guys. I'll try and make another vlog talking a bit more about walking. Please do like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed this. And please leave any comments with any suggestions about vlogs you'd like me to make in the future. And also, if you get a chance to try those 3 experiments, let me know how they worked for you. That's walking up the stairs after a big meal, having just a couple of bites, and if suddenly that makes you feel hungry, and how you feel after you haven't eaten for maybe 8-9 hours or more. Thank you guys. Peace out and Allah Hafiz.